Hey guys, welcome back to Zach Going Fire. In today's video, we're going to actually walk through and do the end of quarter trading if you're following Jason Kelly's signal system as I do. I'm going to show you how we do the 3 sig in Mindy's 401k, and I'm going to show you how we do the 6 sig signal in my HSA. All right, guys, I had to jump in. I was editing the video, getting ready to publish the video on YouTube, and I realized I didn't take the time to explain why I follow this investing strategy. I have recommended this book. I cannot recommend it enough. The 3% Signal by Jason Kelly. He also authored the neatest little guide to the stock market investing. So, as the book title says, that this is the investing technique that will change your life. This book, I've had it for about 10 years. Jason has been writing about finances for more than 25 years now, and I've been following him since back in the early 2000s. And I don't get any kind of commission if you go check out his website. I will definitely leave a link to his website down below. Um, and you can subscribe to his weekly newsletter. It's way more value than any other newsletter. I've looked at many, and I wanted to just say why I follow this strategy. One is it is a long-term view. It's not trading short term. It's not trying to change direction based on which way the wind blows. Two, it is tax efficient. You're not going from one investment to another. There's only two funds in the portfolio, and you can use the least expensive funds available, basically. There's he goes over multiple strategies. He's got the original 3% signal, the 6% signal, the 9% signal, and then income sig. I'm in the midst of transitioning my funds from the growth plans, the 3, 6, and 9 sig, into the income sig. And that's basically because with his growth plans, I've been able to accumulate enough wealth that I believe that I'll be able to fund my lifestyle with income sig. So in this video, I talk about trading in 6 sig and 3 sig. The 6 sig and 9 sig, just so you know, he has additional rules to help navigate through some of the additional volatility that those leveraged funds have. Because 6 sig uses a 2x stock fund, and 9 sig uses a 3x stock fund. So there are additional rules that he has. And I highly recommend that you subscribe to his newsletter to learn about that. And you can get all of the information about how to run the plans um, as soon as you get in. And if you're not interested in following along in his weekly newsletter, you can cancel. So I highly recommend it. Again, I get no kind of commission out of this. It's just the plans that I follow, and I wanted you to know why I follow these plans. If you're new to this channel, I'm a truck driver. I plan on retiring next year in 2026 at the age of 44. I just turned 44, so I have less than a year to actually fulfill that promise. So next summer we'll be retiring, and 10 years ago we were bankrupt. So if you like these kinds of videos talking about finance, investing, and all things money, go ahead and subscribe, and let's go ahead and dive into the trading. This is the balance of my HSA account prior to doing the rebalancing on September 26th. The balance was $16,812, and that represents a gain of 4.28% over the last year. This spreadsheet shows the 9 steps I followed to rebalance the 6 sig plan in my HSA. I will walk through these steps 1 through 9. Some of these steps are actually, you can combine them into a single step, but I was trying to break it down and show very detailed steps. Let me jump in and throw this into the steps as well. And this is about how to manage emotions when it comes to investing or trading. For me personally, I've been following this system, Jason Kelly's signal systems, for many years. And it's gotten to where every quarter, at the end of the quarter, I get excited because I get to take action in my investments. And during the rest of the year, the 3 months in between the quarters, I'm just having to sit on my hands and do nothing, regardless of what the market is doing, regardless of what's going on in the news. But at the end of the quarter, when I get to do this trading, I get excited. Whether the markets are up or down. If the markets are up, then I'm always happy to take the profit and sell based on what the signal is telling me, and put the profits into something safer like my bonds. And when the markets have gone down, I'm always excited then to use that signal to buy at a discount and put more money to work in the stock portions of the portfolio. So that's just me. That's how I manage my emotions through the years. Step number one, we need to find out what was the price of the holding MVV at the end of the last quarter. So you can write that down when you make the trade at the end of each quarter, or you can just refer to your brokerage. I usually just refer to my brokerage, but this is a screenshot of the price that I had paid for MVV when I sold them in June 30th. I had sold the shares of MVV at the rebalancing. At that time, the price was $63.72. So in step one, we're going to put the $63.72 there for the price of MVV during the prior quarter. The next thing we need to know is how many shares of MVV we own. And you can see right here, MVV in my HSA account as of September 28th, 194.091 shares. So we're going to go ahead and fill that in here at step two. We have 194.09 shares of MVV. So then for step three, we need to take the number of shares owned multiplied by the price at the end of the prior quarter, and we get $12,367.48. That was the value of MVV at the end of the prior quarter. Now we have the value at the end of the prior quarter, and we want to determine the growth target for the 6 sig. So we're going to multiply by 1.06. So you can see the equation right here. You're taking this, multiplying by 1.06, and that gives us $13,109.53. That's the target. The next thing we need to do is figure out what is the current value of MVV, and I get this straight from my brokerage at Fidelity. MVV current value was $13,445.20. So we're going to go ahead and plug in the current value here, $13,445.20. So for step 6, we need to determine how much we are over or under the target buy. So we're going to take the current value, $13,445.20, subtract the growth target, $13,109.53, and you can see the equation here, C7 minus C6, and that's going to give us $335.67. That's the amount we needed to sell MVV by this quarter. And we're going to take the remainder of that and buy bonds. Step 7 is we need to know the current price of MVV. The current price was the last price that it traded at prior to doing the rebalance or the end of quarter trading. It was 69.2727. You can see that right here. So we're going to put the current price of MVV here, 69.27. And I've just got that rounded off. You can see it's got the full number up in here, but it doesn't really matter if you round off. For step 8, we need to figure out how many shares to sell. So we're going to take the dollar amount, 335.67, and divide it by the current price, 69.27. So when we do that, that gives us 4.85 shares to sell. This is a screenshot of my phone in the Fidelity app showing where I had sold 4.85 shares of MVV. It filled at 69.67. So the final step, move cash into bonds, step 9. So I'll uncover that here, and we're going to move $337.94 into bonds. That's what we got for selling those shares. Another screenshot of my Fidelity app on my phone showing I had $337.99 available for trading, and I had 9 cents in settled cash. So I'm going to go ahead and buy BND. This is the screenshot of the preview Fidelity shows you on your phone when you're going to buy the shares. I'm buying it the dollar amount, $337.94. I always like to leave a few cents left over. This is a screenshot on my phone of the Fidelity app showing the after the trading had been completed, we left 6 cents available in cash. We had a total account value of $16,733.57. I'm going to show the spreadsheet here one more time and just kind of go down through this column. If you want to pause at any point to see any of the equations here, go ahead and do that now. But I'll just kind of scroll down through the different columns so that you can see real quick how we did the trading for the quarter. We're looking at my wife's 401k account where we do 3 SIG, and at the end of the quarter she had a balance of $7,917.46 for an annualized return of 10.45%. This is how the money in the 401k was allocated at the end of the quarter. We had a small cap balance of $7,762.73, and then the bond core was $154.73. So that's kind of how that looked at the end of the quarter. This is, again, we're following 3 SIG in the 401k because you cannot do, in most cases, the 6 SIG or 9 SIG in a 401k. So to figure out the new allocation for this quarter, you can do that like I showed previously using the method with the spreadsheet as I just showed with my 6 SIG. Or if you are like me and you're kind of lazy, you like to just follow Jason Kelly's letter, we'll have a link to that below. He tells you what his allocations are for the plans. So for the quarter, his new allocation for 3 sig went to 93%. So in Mindy's 401k, we log in and change the allocation to 93%. And for the bonds, it went to 7%. And this is important here too. It always gives you the option to automatically rebalance. You never want to do that if you're following these plans. You only rebalance once per quarter at the end of the quarter. So don't check automatically rebalance. And this is in the 401k showing where we took the current balance of 98% in small cap, and we're moving it to 93% in small cap. And then the bonds went from being 2%, and it'll be going up to 7% allocation. It also gives you the option here to invest future contributions in this way, and you never want to take that option if you're following these signal plans. All contributions go into the bond funds during the quarter. So that was how we do our end of quarter trading following Jason Kelly's signal plans. I walked you through the 3 sig as well as the 6 sig signals. The reason I didn't get into how we do some of the other trading is because I've got the other accounts kind of mixed with different strategies, and I just wanted to show you the most pure form available. So one more thing I wanted to add is that if you've been following my videos, you know that I use M1 Finance for the majority of my investments. And in that brokerage, I follow Jason Kelly's plans. The reason why I don't show that in this video, as far as how I do the quarterly trading, is because I take the super easy shortcut and I look at Jason Kelly's allocation, the new allocation at the end of each quarter, and I set the percent in M1 in that portfolio to follow that, and I hit rebalance. So it's like 2 clicks of a button, but if you want me to show you that sometime, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll continue to drive towards financial freedom together.